Did you know that in 2017, Jeff Bezos made an average of $107 million per day every day of the year? That is around $40 billion that year. Mark Zuckerberg, on the other hand, lost over $16 billion in a single day in July 2018. But how does this happen? If you take a look at the Forbes Billionaires list, you see billionaires making or losing millions or billions per day. But how? This video is sponsored by Skillshare. If you don't know what Skillshare is by now, well, it's a learning platform with over 25,000 different courses ranging from graphic design, website design, social media marketing, to financial planning, budgeting, and stock investing courses. And I got 500 of you 2 whole months of premium access to Skillshare for free when you sign up with a private link in the description of this video. See, the way most of the richest people in the world make their money is probably not the way most people think. Billionaires do not have billions of dollars deposited in their checking accounts every day. The way they make money, it's a little different. The number you see in the Forbes list is a reflection of their net worth, not how much cash they actually have in hand. Jeff Bezos does not have $150 billion in cash ready to be spent. Mark Zuckerberg does not have $60 billion laying around in his Bank of America card. Most of these billionaires' wealth comes from taking their companies public or investing in companies, which is how their net worth is measured. The way you measure these billionaires' net worth isn't just measuring assets less liabilities, but their company's market capitalization versus their stake in their companies, not how much they have in cash. Basically, their net worth is how much the company is currently worth versus how much of the company they own. For example, Mark Zuckerberg owns a 13% stake in Facebook. He is currently worth around $64 billion at the time of this video, which means Facebook's market cap is around $400 billion. Market cap is simply how many shares of the company exist multiplied by how much each share is worth. So for example, if you have a company with 1 million shares and each share is worth $20, then your company is worth $20 million. In other words, it has $20 million in market capitalization. Now, this value fluctuates from supply and demand, the company image to the public and to investors, and many other factors. Market prices do not always reflect how much the company is actually making, but it can play a role for the company's image. For example, in 2018, Facebook lost $190 billion in a single day after announcing a slower revenue growth and higher focus on user privacy, which meant higher expenses for the company. This market cap decrease in Facebook also meant that Mark Zuckerberg lost almost $16 billion that day. Since his net worth is tied to his ownership in Facebook, if Facebook suffers, so does his net worth. This is one of the reasons why you see massive companies spending millions, sometimes billions of dollars to keep a good positive image around their brand, especially to their investors. Because these billionaires' net worth isn't based on how much revenue the company is making, which is a good indication of how strong the company is, but rather how much of the company's market cap they own. Because if they have a great image, then investors will keep their money invested and drive other people to invest, driving their company's market cap to go higher. Now, on the other hand, if everyone pulled out their money invested in a company, regardless of whether the company is doing well or not, the company will have a lower market cap, which will lower the market value of a company, which also lowers the owner's total net worth. Now, buying or investing in companies based solely on market cap value might not be a good idea for long-term investment. That is why great investors like Warren Buffett, for example, do not look at the company's value and market cap first when they look to invest or buy a company. Before Warren Buffett invests in a company, he first takes a look at how the company is performing. He looks at their financial history, their revenue over the years, their expenses, their infrastructure, their net revenues, their leadership, and many other factors. He then assigns a number of what he thinks the company is worth. After he assesses the company and assigns a value, he then looks at the current market cap and decides whether the company is undervalued or overvalued. If he believes the company is undervalued, he invests. If he thinks the company is overvalued, he passes. That is how Warren Buffett was able to make billions by taking advantage of a salad oil scandal. Yes, Buffett made billions with a salad scandal, and this is how he did it. In 1963, American Express lent money to a salad oil company and took oil as collateral until the debt was paid. But the company had faked its inventory and defaulted on its debts, making a massive scandal, which drove investors to take their money out of the Bank of America stock, driving their stock prices to go down as well as the value of the company. American Express lost almost 40% of its value overnight. The company image was at an all-time low, but Warren Buffett said that the structure of the bank was still good. The operations of the bank were not the cause of the problem. The bank was actually doing great and it had a great infrastructure. It was the scandal around it and the loss of that loan that drove the value of the company down. Buffett saw that this company was undervalued due to the scandal, so he invested around $13 million in the company, which is now worth over $14 billion. When it comes to the average billionaire, most of their wealth is based on how the company they have ownership in is doing. Or what they say, they are rich on paper. Now, most billionaires might not have billions in the bank, but it doesn't mean that they are not rich. They are still some of the richest people in the world, and for them, it doesn't really matter if the market cap goes up or down. Unless their whole corporation goes down, their financial lives will still be more than okay. Especially if their companies distribute dividends. They'll still get a pretty good paycheck every quarter in case they want to buy a second plane or something. For example, in just dividend payments from Microsoft, Bill Gates made over $44 million in 2018. He still owns 103 million shares of Microsoft, which paid 43 cents per share in 2018. This is after selling over $38 billion to start the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and donating 64 million shares of his company. This is not including the appreciation of his shares and the rest of his investment portfolio. So in other words, they'll be just fine. And if you want to sign up with Skillshare, I got 500 of you guys 2 whole months of premium access for free when you sign up with the link in the description of this video. Whether you want to learn a new skill just for yourself or learn a skill that you can monetize, you can now do it for free.
I'm excited to teach on Skillshare because Skillshare executes the thesis that I'm talking about. Bang.
Alright guys, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button to not miss any of our value-packed videos. And make sure to click on this video to learn how some of the richest people in the world invest their money.